This podcast is brought to you by Shakur Body Armor. Shakur Body Armor. Hit him up, but remember to wear it.
It'll really, if you wear Shakur Body Armor, you'll really find your ambitions as a rider. That'll fulfill those ambitions.
And it's so stylish. One could say that all eyes would be on you.
California Love.
That's another Tupac
That's another
song.
Tupac song, yeah.
Welcome to episode 14.
Welcome. We actually have a slight announcement. One of the things that in the previous podcast I've been informed was incorrect. Ronald texted me during the week, and he was like, "You do realize I'm not a thirsty gentleman anymore?" And I said, "Is that not accurate?" And he's like, "Well, no." So, Ronald, look, we apologize. Now, anyone out there that was looking at having relations with Ronald, he is no longer into sex. He, at least with women. I'm not sure about men.
What about objects? Does he treat objects like women?
Women like objects.
I love that movie.
That was a good one. But yeah, no, look, Ronald no longer into sex. If anyone's thinking about going there, first, why? And then second, don't worry about it. He doesn't like sex anymore.
Yeah. No, he's getting weird with it now.
Oh, yeah, no, he's we won't go there. We'll bring that up when he comes on.
Okay, so here's something I was thinking about today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do people get so much more angry about bad songs than about bad movies?
Because bad songs can be involuntarily played. Like at work, we have WSFM 101.7 Good Times, Great Classic Hits. But some of them are not great classic hits. For example, they play Adele. I get it. Yeah, in like 20 years, Adele will be a classic.
Which Adele, though? Like Rolling in the Deep?
Yeah, Rolling in the Deep.
I mean, that's...
And Hello. I've heard Hello like 10 times. I'm like,
okay.
Don't think that's going to be a classic.
But I think it's just because WSFM's aimed at like plus 40s.
Yeah, but it's not a classic hit. It will be a classic in like 30 years. But it's not classic now.
But old people like Adele, especially middle-aged mums, because they're like, oh, that could be me if I was 10 years younger.
They also...
But like roughly the same in most other respects.
Okay. So they also play quite regularly the Veronicas. The "We ain't gonna live forever, so maybe we can."
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, that wasn't okay. I get it. It's like 10 years old or something, but that wasn't even classic back then. Like that wasn't even good back then.
Yeah, I mean it was everywhere, but nothing's classic back then. Well, very few things are.
Oh well, you can tell what's going to be a classic.
Led Zeppelin back in the day was kind of like, oh, you're into Led Zeppelin? And like the critics hated it. Nobody, it's actually funny. You can sometimes see the same critics like 10 years apart and then do the review when the album came out and then the review when they're doing like the 10-year anniversary reissue. And then they're like completely different. So like the first review was like, this is just trash. And then the second review is, it's a timeless classic. It's because music critics are worthless. Well, critics are worthless.
Well, yeah. Okay, so...
I mean, not really, but like they can vocalize maybe what you're thinking. But if they're like treating themselves like they're the...
Be all and end all?
Yeah, like the final decision on, is this a good song?
Yeah.
No, but if it's... Because some critics are like, oh, if you like such and such, you'll like this.
Yeah.
Like that's helpful to a consumer. But then other critics, they just like to write, just basically write
garbage reviews. Just
yeah,
this was crap.
They just want to practice their writing.
Yeah,
or like show off. Oh, I did an English degree.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? Okay, so back to so bad movies versus bad music. Bad music is annoying, and it can be played, like for example, on the radio at work. Oh, there are a lot of annoying songs. Like it's the song at the start of Old School where it's like,
you know, I've never seen that movie.
It's really good. It's like where
It's Will Ferrell and
Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, Sean William Scott.
titties.
Who?
Is there titties in it?
At one point, yeah. Snoop Dogg's in it.
Of course he's in it.
That was the time. But yeah, no, like there's a bit in this, open your eyes, bright eyes, that song.
Mr. Bright Eyes?
No. Right, maybe? I don't know.
No.
Turn around.
No.
Every time I see a it's that song. You know that song.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of the song.
Oh. Well, I don't either because I hate that song so much. But yeah, so annoying music is annoying and can be played without you. If you're going to watch a bad movie, like I can name like 10 bad movies I love.
But can you name 10 bad movies you don't like?
Yes.
Okay.
But they're in themselves, they're good to other people. Whereas like
Assassin's Creed.
the movie,
Yeah.
wasn't the best.
That's terrible.
The action bits were cool, I guess, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't judge it.
Okay. Prince of Persia.
Well, they gave him a name, and he never had a name, so no. That's a terrible movie. And these are both game movies. Prince of Persia was the highest-grossing game movie of all time, just as a thing.
That's depressing.
Oh, yeah. Incredible.
Well, I mean, there's not really any good game movies I can think of.
Oh, actually, no. I think at the time it was. I think it's been topped by Warcraft. And there was another one that did it as well.
So are there any good game movies other than Ready Player One? Which doesn't really count.
That's a book.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Warcraft. I know a lot of people hated it, but...
But who hated it? Did Warcraft fans hate it, or did regular people hate it? Did normies hate it?
Both. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I was like, this is a thing that I've played a lot of my life.
Yeah.
And I then get to see them legit looking like humans rather than just...
Well,
like,
it's sort of...
And like they changed the story and I was like, okay, I didn't really know the story to begin with, but whatever, I don't care.
Well, there was supposed to be Warcraft 2.
Yeah. But the main
I didn't
thing
play Warcraft 2. I started 3. Oh, actually, no. I played Warcraft 1 way back in the day.
Wow. I hardly even played Warcraft 3. I've played it like twice.
Classic game. It's the game that spawned Dota, which spawned League of Legends.
No, which spawned all of them.
Yeah.
Including Dota 2.
Yeah, including what's the Blizzard one? Heroes of the Storm.
Underrated.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Bad movies. There are some like heartwarming bad movies, like Star Wars prequels, The Room, most of Nicolas Cage's repertoire.
Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah, see that's very hard to find now.
You can still watch it on YouTube.
I thought it gets taken down every XYZ.
Maybe. Do you remember when Google Video was a thing?
No.
That's where I watched it.
Oh. Isn't Google Video now just YouTube?
They bought it. But back in the day, Google Video was a separate thing.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. That's my take on that. There are heartwarming bad movies and bad movies. There's no heartwarming bad songs.
But have you ever watched a movie that you felt personally victimized by the person who made the movie? Because you had to watch it?
I don't get that way. I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, true.
Well, I mean, I have been an asshole, but in general, I am not.
Yeah, and it's because you got like real not weird, diverse tastes in music. Because you used to listen to In Flames, but also
Still
Tupac.
listen to In Flames. Still listen to Tupac. Yeah, no, I've recently found trance. It's not very good because it's very repetitive.
There's two things missing: dancing, Molly.
Yeah, it's a good point.
If you add those two factors in, it becomes the greatest genre ever.
Greatest thing ever, yeah. But
like I don't think you want it too complicated because if you're like, I don't really know how ecstasy works.
Well, you take it and you get high and then you come down.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how the high works. Like, could someone freak out if like too complicated music was played? No, because it's not a trippy. It's not a trippy thing, is it? It's just like you feel really happy. And
Yeah,
everywhere is walking distance.
that's meth. Yeah, no, like, I don't know. I've never taken pingers. You know, okay. I was told by a coworker that calling them pingers is like calling marijuana wacky tobacco. It's like the stupid name for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what do they call it?
I have no idea. They didn't. They then decided, and I was like, well,
Molly?
no. I was like, well,
That's
then
American.
What's the cool name for it? And they're like, I don't know. But pingers has been around for like 30 years.
I guess you'd just say like, oh, pills. But then what if you
brah.
What if you ask?
Eckies.
What if you ask for pills from some guy at a thing and he just gives you like birth control pills? And you're like, dude, I don't know what this is doing to me, but I'm freaking out.
Did you see the thing where you can get your pingers tested?
Yeah.
You can get them tested to see if they're toxic or whatever, or to see what's in
Are
them.
the police doing that?
No, St. John's Ambulance. As far as I was aware.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because they do a lot of those dance parties. That's like first aid people.
Yeah, I had a guy that I...
Because you don't trust the cops if they say, oh yeah, we're just going to test you.
We're just testing your pingers.
Pingies? I just call them pingies. You know, pinger also sounds like a racial slur.
Bloody pingers. Or like that's a today, tonight, like a current affair sort of thing. Pingers. Are they in your suburbs? Find out where you can avoid pingers.
Well, see, either way that works, whether it's a slur or whether it just means ecstasy.
Drugs, yeah. We should make up like a word that you can use, like you can like mold into any sentence. Like any like
Squanch from Rick and Morty.
Yes, but like rather than having it be like that, make it a verb or a noun.
Smart.
Are there smarts in your suburb? Yeah, we're going to smart up the place. Actually, that works, yeah.
Yeah, smart you.
Wow. How...
Go smart yourself.
Whoa, Michael, this is a family-friendly podcast. I mean, I've already said arsehole, but... yeah, no, like... So you could be like gander. Like, gander does not mean have a look at. It's actually a group of geese. So you like...
But, you know, if you gander at something, you'll know the way.
Ah, yes.
Isn't
it funny how quickly memes die?
Yeah, that...
Like when it...
Oh, well, no, it's because he's gone home.
Oh, he found the way home?
Yeah, so there's a place in Uganda, like a school, and they spray painted on a mural. They added the Ugandan knuckles to the mural with a Ugandan flag.
Wow, really?
Someone took a photo and he was like, oh, he found the way home. With way, like W-A-E.
The way. You found the way.
Yeah, so he found the way. So it's over.
Oh, okay.
It's not coming back. But I tell you what, Chinese tales. That's coming. It's coming hard.
Yeah. Can we make that a meme? Chinese tales. We need to get on VR chat.
Oh, see, the funny thing is...
We need to get on VR chat and just do a super racist accent of Chinese. So, hurrah, I am terror. Show me the ray, please.
Oh, you can't do show me the way because that's already a thing. You got to think of something else. Like, problem is, it's got to be like a little bit racist, but not too racist.
Oh yeah,
because that's the whole like Ugandan knuckles. No one ever really said it was racist. Well, I mean, I'm sure someone did.
I'm sure there was like an article somewhere. Like
there was no.
Sonic is Sonic racist?
Yeah, They didn't do to that what they did to my man Pepe the Frog.
Yeah.
Remember that when that was just Feels Good Man?
Yeah. Or Feels Bad Man.
Or Feels Bad Man. And then suddenly it just became... They started putting it in Hitler outfits and stuff.
Yeah, Rare Pepes were... God rest his soul.
Yeah, and then Wendy's. So, you know, there's that fast food chain Wendy's in America. They...
which is an ice cream shop here in Australia.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah.
To me, at least.
I mean, I love Wendy's ice cream in Australia, but...
I haven't seen one of those in ages.
Now that you think about it, I haven't either. Isn't there one at Ashford?
Used to be. Oh, it's a Gloria Jean's now.
Oh, of course it is.
They don't even make ice cream.
I mean, they do frappes, which is soda, and then they put cream on top. And
I don't know.
I do enjoy frappes.
Anyway, Wendy's in the States, they... one day they tweeted a picture of the Wendy's mascot. You know, there's a girl with the pigtails.
Yeah.
They tweeted a picture of her, but she was Pepe the Frog, but with the pigtails.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, "Is Wendy's racist?"
Yeah, no.
Although they did the same thing to Chick-fil-A when except Chick-fil-A was like, they donated to a bunch of anti-gay marriage things, and then everyone's like, "Oh, they're homophobic."
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to open that can of worms. But no, like, have you seen the Wendy's Twitter and Facebook and stuff?
No.
Their social media manager is hammering it hard.
Is he fire emoji fam?
I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea who it is.
Is he lit fam?
Yes, fam.
That's what fire emoji means.
Yes, I know. It? I was told that lit. Oh, not lit. Fam, F-A-M. That word is actually a British thing.
Yeah, I've heard it on British TV now that I think about it. Yeah. But they say it differently. Like, "Hey, how are you, fam?
Hey, go on, fam. Hey.
Yeah. All right, fam.
Let's go down to Tesco's, fam.
But I don't think they say lit.
Hello, governor. No,
Lit's like an African-American thing, isn't it?
No, I have no idea. I can't keep up with all the damn words these damn kids are saying. Okay.
I don't know.
Do you want to roll the intro?
Yeah, let's roll the intro.
Roll the intro.
Learning. Smart. Self-help. Podcast.
I'm picking your mind. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. As usual. You know we do that intro live every time, guys, right?
Yeah, for sure. Totally. All right. Today's topic is the Olympics.
One of my favourite topics. It's not.
Did you know that Kevin Martin is the LeBron of curling?
What's his score? What's his average?
Well, he's
Did he ever get a triple-double?
He got a triple-double broom every game or something, every match. I just wanted to say that Kevin Martin is the LeBron of curling.
Do you reckon
I really like the way he does that broom thing. You know,
is it a broom? I thought it was like a mop. Not a mop, like a thing.
I think it roughs up the ice, and then that slows the rock down.
So is it specifically Winter Olympics or?
Yeah, well, you can't do it on dirt.
No, as in like the topic is it specifically Winter Olympics?
Oh no, just
okay. All Olympics.
Let's just broadly talk about the Olympics and maybe some of the less loved sport. But
like Com Games or something.
The only problem with interviewing the curling guy though is I feel like any curler, if you invite them to do an interview, they're always going to subtly think that you're making fun of them.
Well, no, it's a legit sport.
It is a legit sport,
but
no one thinks that it's a legit sport. Everyone's like, "Oh, I could do that."
I mean,
any 40-year-old house mum is going to be like, "Oh, please, I sweep up more like that after the boys," you know, or
yeah. I mean, well, look, I mean, what's his name again?
Kevin Martin.
Kevin Martin. If Kevin Martin was just like a legit dude, he's like, yeah, I'm just going to go on this comedy podcast with all 6 viewers and just have a time. I'm just going to chat. We're just going to chat. It's not like we're going to be there and like, so curling. Huh? Did your parents not love you as a child?
No, I mean, I would actually be legitimately interested in like what being a professional curler is like.
Oh yeah,
because that's a world I'm not. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I am not a professional curler.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah, I give that impression. I bet if I had a mustache, I'd look like a professional curler. I think.
You know,
and I was 40 years older.
Do you reckon that you could just turn up to a place and be like fake being a celebrity and being like, so you go to like, I don't know, Gloria Jeans or Starbucks or whatever, and be like, yeah, can I get a blah blah blah? Or can I get a pumpkin spice macchiato? and I know they don't do those, and be like, and then be like, oh, you gave me that? Do you know who I am? I'm Jared Hunter. I'm actually a world famous curler. Like, it's already be a pain. Is there a manager back there? Can I speak to them? Like, it's nothing bad. It's just I'm a world champion curler, and I think I deserve a bit better than this. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
was a really good bit. I just said, damn.
You know, that was good. I felt like I was talking to your mum.
You felt, mate. No, yeah, but like, yeah, like, does like the world of curling come with, like, does he get invited to like Notch's house parties, or
is Notch a curler?
No, but
he's Swedish.
Well, he just had like, apparently, like in the tech and gaming scene, he throws like massive rages. Yes, the guy that made Minecraft throws massive rages.
He's got a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't spend it on much, because as far as I know, he still lives in a pretty cheap house.
No. He bought... Beyonce and Jay-Z were selling their house.
Like, bought Beyonce's house.
Wait, it gets better. And he's like, whatever the price is, let's round figures, let's say 10 mil. He's like, 10 mil? I'll give you 11 mil for it.
What a nice guy.
I mean, he was like, the money also... allegedly the money also changed him, and so he was married before he was rich, and then he became rich, and then his wife divorced him.
She divorced him?
After he became rich.
Did she try to get 50%?
I have no idea.
Do they have that in Sweden?
Prenup. I have no idea. But yeah, no, he bought, I think it was Beyonce and Jay-Z, I have no idea.
Oh wait, so she divorced him because like personality?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently the money changed him. But Notch, if you want to come on the podcast, I know you're out there.
Yeah. Well, he's all right now, apparently.
Oh, of course he is. Yeah.
Well, he's rich.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, alt-right's just this, like, it's a catchword that includes Nazis, but you can stretch it enough to, like, fit even, like, some left-wing people.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like left-wing people, but they don't agree on, like, one issue.
Oh, okay.
And then you're like, they're alt-right too.
I thought you said far-right, and I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah. But they've got, like, left and right all sort of mixed up these days anyway.
Yeah, well...
Like, based on what it used to mean.
Yeah, what it used to...
Well, not what the term originally meant when they coined left and right.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Because, like, for example, in Australia, there's the two main parties, Labor Party and the Liberal Party. The Liberal Party is anything but liberal anymore.
Yeah. That's because they got the whole, like, conservative, like, religious right. Like, the government should enforce.
But that's not even the thing anymore. Like,
yeah, it's not really.
It's literally now poor versus rich, where, like, for example, gay marriage plebiscite went. I think I said this before, maybe I don't know, but the
poor suburbs,
the poorest suburbs
went no
mostly, which are mostly Labor areas, but then the liberal areas, the right-wing areas, went yes, because they're like, hey man, if two gays want to get married, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't touch my investment property though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically it. It's people voting. Liberal voters in general, I think they got the perception that liberals don't raise taxes, even though they literally won an election, not an erection. They won an election on like, oh yeah, we're going to make a GST. And they won on that platform. I don't even know how they did it.
GST has also carried us through 2 recessions.
It's not just the GST that did that.
Well, it helped. And then also, like, giving people money to also helped.
Oh, when you got like $700 from big old rich Uncle Kev?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't it 18 at the time? Asshole.
Oh, you didn't get it. Oh, because you had to be over 18, didn't you?
No, you had to be like, you had to meet some sort of requirements, which being 18 was one of them.
What a prick.
I know, right? They couldn't just be like, "Oh, you're 17, and you're just going to spend it on."
We should get Kevin Rudd on, and then like we're just like, oh, we're just gonna do it like a fun sort of interview, and maybe you can speak some Chinese, and then you beat him in, and it's like, all right, give me $700.
I need $700,
Yeah,
mate.
give me my money, fam.
This is complete. This is a robbery. All right. I know you have $700 cash on you right now. Get it out. Okay.
No, but he's wily. He'd fool us into like, oh, let me just get it out of my car.
And then we'd be like, all right, cool. We'll see you back here in 2 minutes. No longer. Not even going to follow you.
Would you do that thing with your eye?
What?
Like to scare him?
Which thing? I have several things in my eye.
You know the thing where like one goes that way and then the other one.
Oh, yeah. Right,
So
like,
you'd be like, give us my money.
Give us my money.
And yeah, and even though it doesn't actually make that noise, make that noise. Like,
But yeah, okay, so for those of you drinking along at home, I have this weird thing where I can control both eyes individually of each other.
yeah, but you can also like vibrate them.
Yeah, I can do this shaky thing, which really hurts nowadays.
Well, yeah, because you're not 15 anymore.
I'm not.
Well, actually, like, you were like 8 when you showed me that. the
Oh,
first
yeah,
time.
I was like a kid, yeah.
It was back when you had that wart on your knee,
Yeah.
and people were like, "What boy? What boy?"
And then I got it burned off, yeah. I don't know why I just didn't go straight to that. Actually,
Did
no,
you
I got
burn it off, or did
No,
you get a
a
professional?
doctor burned it off.
I thought you tried to burn it off.
I mean, I did, and then I was like, ouch, that's really hot. No,
Did you use a soldering iron?
No, I just used like a lighter, and I was like, but it was like a kitchen lighter, so it's like one of the long ones. So I was like,
You just put flame on it.
yeah, it's
What? You didn't even go like light a spoon and then put the spoon on
I wanted to burn my wart off, not cook meth. No,
heroin.
oh, whatever. Oh no, yeah.
Oh, I
meth.
mean, you could probably do it on a. Yeah, I don't know.
You just inhaled a few. But no, yeah, I got them ripped off when I was playing soccer
Oof.
because there was like a couple of down the side as well, and I got them ripped off, and it was like blood everywhere, and I was like,
Oh, dude, what's a freaky?
yeah, how do they even like? I don't know.
I know a guy who had warts on his feet,
Ew.
like plantar warts, they're called.
Oh.
And he couldn't get rid of them. Like they bugged him for like 4 years. They just kept popping up. He'd get them frozen off, and more would pop up.
Wow.
And like,
'Cause it's-
I'm pretty sure he had to get. I mean, I don't know if he was exaggerating or if I'm just remembering wrong. But he's like, they had to get like some kind of procedure where they actually held the pores open, and he had to sit there with the pores like held open somehow.
Ah.
I don't know. I was sort of like gagging just listening to him talk about his feet.
Yeah, no, rightfully so, I guess.
Because he was one of those guys that just sort of like, if you brush on the topic of his health.
Oh yeah, it'd be, not even brush on the topic. Just be like,
just like,
"Hello XYZ, how are you?" Oh well, I've got an anal cyst at the moment.
yeah,
My
I know,
hemorrhoids come back.
I know which guy you're talking about
Yes.
too. But yeah, like who wants to hear it? Oh, actually, I mean, like, I find it kind of funny to talk about like those things, and when I know other people would find it funny, I don't mind. But like, I don't know.
Talk to your grandma about it.
Yeah, and I don't want my grandma to talk to me about it.
There was what was it? I can't remember, but it's like there's 2 reactions to being caught watching porn, right?
Yeah.
So there's
So like when your reaction to being caught.
no, someone's reaction to you
Yep.
to catching you. They're either like oh, what the hell, man? Come on, that's gross. Or like oh my goodness. This one's much worse than the first one.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you like that stuff? I love that stuff. We should get together.
Hey man, move over.
Hey man, move over. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like one is much worse than the other. That was also a joke that I read on the internet.
Well, It depends who with the second one.
In the joke that I read, it was the grandma, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about the worst thing I could imagine.
oh yeah.
Because that was back when they would have been growing up back when you had to like order from like some Cuban company, like the 8mm film thing that had the porn on it,
Yeah, like a VHS.
and then it shows up in the mail with and it's got some like bogus label on it, like
Foot fungus medicine.
yeah, no,
Do
like,
not open.
like the company doesn't even sound like a film company. It'll be like a Guineres Resources or something.
Yeah.
Sort of like when people order marital aids online.
Have you ever ordered marital aids online?
No, but as far as I know, because I know someone who did, and it showed up when I was at their place, and it was like, it just said it had this really like bland name on it.
Oh.
So, and like he wasn't like
Like a
squeamish, so he was
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, that's just my anal beads. Which it couldn't have been a funnier thing.
Oh yeah.
That's just my anal beads. And yeah, it was just like this wasn't what it said, but it was just like ABC Incorporated kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like
There was
you would have mistaken it for just like, oh, you must have ordered some like pens or something.
Yeah, like one of the people I used to work with used to get stuff delivered to the office. Like she's left now, but she was like she'd order because she lived. This might be telling too much. She lived in like a shady area, so and she was like stuff gets stolen from my mailbox all the time, and I don't want and they don't. You know how Australia Post gives you like the letter thing saying come pick up your post? It's at the post office.
Oh, yep.
They just put it in like in an apartment building how there's like all the letterboxes and then there's like a box like on the side. They used to just like stick it in there.
I hate that.
Because again, she lived in a shady area and she was like, I didn't want my stuff getting stolen. So she was getting it delivered to work and then she bought a marital aid and she got it delivered to the office. And she was like, she told us like weeks later, she's like, yeah, one of those packages was and I was like, was a what? She's like, you know, and I'm like, I'm not following. And she's like, it shouldn't have been sent here. And I'm like, and then basically my other coworker was like, it was a marital aid, Jared. And I was like, whoa, okay, calling HR.
Is it still a marital aid if it's one of the ones that you only use on yourself? Because there's no like marital aspect to it.
But if you're like, what if you're not married?
That's my point. Is it still a marital aid, or is it just a?
I don't know. I guess that's the PG.
Yeah, it's a generic term. Oh, dude, when
You know
I was
what also is a
when I was a
generic
medic in the
term?
King's Cross, is it called the King? No, it's just King's Cross.
The King's Cross.
Wait, it was like a thing that happened. I mean, I've told you about this before, but
Yeah.
just for
Podcast sake.
people following along. So there's I volunteered with a charity a while back, and they did a thing where King's Cross has these like security guards who walk around on Friday and Saturday nights in like tactical gear to just basically deal with people who get like bounced out of a club and who don't just move on, and they're aggressive and stuff like that. They deal with fights because this was before the lockouts and back when it was like really quite violent. Now it's pretty dead, depending on what time you go. But anyway, we had to go to get to one of the clubs. We had to go through a sex shop first, right?
Why?
Because it was on the sex shop went through
To the
both
other
streets,
so
and then
it's
it was in like an alley, and there was like these 5 obvious undercover cops. There was like five like white, well groomed white people wearing bulky jackets and like blue jeans.
Hold on, I'll tell
But
you.
like sensible running shoes as well.
Yeah.
And like they've ironed their Tupac shirt.
Yeah,
Anyway, we went
I'll
through
tell you
the sex shop, and I saw this thing that it beggared belief. And like for a while, I was trying to figure out how it worked. So you know how like there's gas masks, right? You know those Russian gas masks where it goes around your entire head?
Yeah.
So it was one of those. And there was a large like proboscis rubber protrusion where like the filter on a gas mask would go.
Yeah.
And you could do that with it. Like a trombone.
Like a pump, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a pump.
Like it was like an
And it
accordion
pumped
pump?
straight into the person's mouth.
Yeah.
And you put a different kind of marital aid inside that.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it was. I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was like a fly outfit or something, like a costume for like a bug. I was like, okay, that's
Okay.
well, this is in Smarting Yourself After Dark almost.
Yeah, I know, right?
But anyway,
it's in Smarting Yourself Up Late. That's what we're going to call it. Spoiler alert.
yeah, that was the whole. And it was just. That's what I think. That's what it was. That was the only because I only saw it for about 10 seconds, but it stuck in my mind, and I remember. I don't remember the brand or anything like that, but the picture on the front, and it was like tinted, like eye holes, not eye holes, but like glasses.
Yeah, glass.
Like
yeah.
it
Like, I know what a
basically
gas
looked-
mask looks like.
Yeah, so it was tinted glasses, and like
Okay, okay. So this is
again.
how I. So how you can tell someone's a undercover cop. It's two people that look like they wouldn't be hanging out together. For example, a lot come into work, and you never see a really tall 6'3", 6'4", jacked dude hanging out with a rather tall, slightly butch, lesbian sort of look. Like you know what I'm talking about.
So you don't know if she was actually lesbian.
I don't know if she's
but-
actually lesbian, but it semi looked like
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like I'm not being a dick or anything, but I'm just the only way I can describe her. And like they came in together and they were like walking around and like looking at stuff, and I'm like, you are undercover cops. I know. And then they came to my desk and then they're like, yeah, we're undercover cops. And I was like, oh, I know.
Oh, they told you? You
Yeah,
should have
'cause,
just
like-
said, like, can I help you, officer? And they'd be like, oh, really? Is it that obvious?
Oh, really? But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, no, it's, and like I've seen him as well. I saw, well, what tipped me off the second time was it was the same guy, but it had like a rather short not Arabian. Is that racist calling him Arabian? No.
It's an old term.
Just like that time I used the old term that we had to cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, it's not that kind of old term. It's
I
just
know.
like,
well,
oh, but you
someone
say,
from Saudi Arabia would be Saudi Arabian, not Saudi Arabic. Yeah.
oh, yeah, so the Arabian.
Yeah.
But
Well,
like Arabic, I think, describes the ethnicity.
I know, but he was like a shorter Arabic sort of gentleman. I'm like, you're like a white NRL meathead, and you're like a shorter Arabic man. Could also be a meathead, but I doubt you'd be hanging out together.
One of them looks like the kind of guy that would beat up the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, well, I mean, I noticed the one was a cop because I remembered him from previously, but I'm like, yeah, you guys are cops. And like the undercover cop cars, no car has like 20 aerials and a laptop in the front seat.
20 aerial, yeah, laptop. And I don't think I've ever seen someone drive the colour of Holden Commodore that every...
Yeah, they're always the bright green, like
Yeah.
SV6s.
It looks like...
Oh, XR8. Which one's the Holden one? Whatever, I don't care.
It looks like a friend of ours who always signed off his stuff with one
Yes.
letter.
Yeah, he did.
Like what he would buy
Yeah.
if he had an unlimited budget.
Yeah, and like
for his car.
And you can also see with the ones that are slightly more plain color, if you look at the grill at the front, you should be able to see the lights because they have the lights in the grill.
Like the police lights.
Yeah. So there's like a red and a blue light in the front.
Can you see it on the windscreen as well? Isn't that where the other one is?
I have no idea. But it's so obvious. It's like this was years ago. I was driving somewhere with Katie and she's like, and I was like well below the speed limit, driving safely, driving normally. And I was like looking in the mirror a lot. And she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, well, there's a cop right behind me. And I was on my red P. So he's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to get this kid.
Yeah, it's...
And I didn't do anything illegal.
That's why I didn't buy a WRX.
Yeah, smart.
I thought about it.
Nah, I don't. If I was going to buy a Subaru, I'd buy a Liberty. They're nice.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had it. I didn't even realise that was a thing. Like, I bought my Impreza, but I didn't buy it. Technically. But I got my Impreza, and then I saw...
The Liberty?
Yeah, like, not a day or two later, I saw the Liberty, and I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they stopped doing the Liberty for a few years. When did you get your car? 13?
2014.
Oh, okay.
I was just outside of the big airbag recall.
Oh. Then, yeah, no, they stopped doing the Liberty for a while, and they bought it back recently.
Yeah, smart.
It's like New Coke.
I mean, my one sort of looks like a Liberty.
They do look very much like Liberties.
Well, all of the Subarus are on the same, like,
production.
basic shape, like basic chassis.
And they have all the insides are the same except for, like, engine capacity.
Yeah, and even the engines are the same for a lot of them.
Yeah.
So, it's just like the WRXs. We haven't talked about the Olympics.
Yeah, I was going to say, so how about those Olympics?
So...
Did you know...
did you...
Sorry, go.
Did you hear they downgraded wrestling from, like, an official sport to, like, a trial sport?
What do you mean?
So, like, sometimes in the Olympics, they have a bunch of permanent sports.
Yeah, and they'll change around sports depending on where the country is.
Hey, and then there's the other ones they'll change around, and then some sports will be on certain Olympics and then not based on the country.
Yeah.
So they used to have, wrestling used to be a permanent sport at the Olympics because, you know, it's pretty much the original Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Like, going back to Greece and all that. But they...
Actually, it was running naked with a shield and spear.
No, yeah. But why don't they do the Olympics naked anymore? They get much better ratings.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, you'd probably be interesting to watch.
Oh, actually, no, you couldn't. Because gymnastics would be child porn, technically.
Oh, that's right, yeah. And swimming would too, because there's a lot of, like, underage swimmers.
No, forget I said that.
All right, cool.
I now understand why they don't do it naked.
Yeah, continue with wrestling.
So they took it off, like, the permanent one and put it onto the, like, rotating. Well, at first they got rid of it and then replaced it with golf.
Oh,
I mean, golf is it's a sport.
Yes.
Olympic.
Yeah, I know. Right? Well, see, the thing I'm excited for is it's Tokyo. Yeah, it's like next year.
2020. Yeah.
Skateboarding.
Yeah, that'll be
skateboarding is going to be at the Tokyo Olympics
because that's one that could actually be an Olympic. Like, it's got the attributes of a cool Olympic sport.
Look, there are sports at the Olympics which are like no one aspires in their life to be like. No one as a kid has like written in his diary, I'm going to be an Olympic walker because there's walking at the Olympics.
Would you rather have $70 or be the Olympic walking champion?
What do you mean $70? Is that how much it costs to get into the Olympics?
No. Just like, would you rather have $70, no strings attached, or become the Olympic walking champion?
Well, you don't. Well, you would get more than you would. Definitely get less than $70 because it's
but you don't have to. You don't have to do this.
Yeah, I'll
international TV.
I'll take the $70, please. Because like you don't get a sponsor as like all the swimmers get sponsors and stuff. And they
dude, I got sponsored by Hush Puppies.
No, they don't get sponsored by Hush Puppy.
Yeah, no, they don't.
No, but like
no, they still get like Asics or something. They get some of the like. No, not Asics. Like, they get the second-rate shoe companies.
What, like New Balance? No, New Balance.
Like, I'm talking like Niblick.
C1 or Nomis or whatever it is.
Yeah, like... And, like, I bet the Chinese shoe companies are like, oh, hey, we're relevant too. Please.
Yeah, but, no, like, I don't know. I'll take the $70.
Yeah. But back to wrestling.
Oh, yeah, wrestling, yes.
So they took it down, and then people got upset because, you know, original Olympic sport. And one of the cool ones to watch.
Debatable, yes, continue.
Yeah, I know it. Like at a certain point, it starts looking like gay porn, but you know, and like it really doesn't help like the outfits they have to wear because it's like the leotard, but it goes down here, and then you can see like their bare chest.
Yeah, it's like the 70s like weightlifter.
Like they've
got like the thin little doot doots.
Yeah, they gotta change it, dude. But yeah, they got rid of it, and then they're like, okay, we'll put it back on the the roster of some ones that sometimes are on and sometimes they're not.
Ah, that must suck if you're like they don't put it on like twice in a row, and you're like, come on, come on, I've only become good enough to be in the Olympics now, and then they put it on again.
It's a short window.
Yeah.
Like you got like maybe 2 Olympics in you.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're Bruce Jenner. Well, actually, that's an interesting thing. Do you reckon the Olympic record says Caitlin or Bruce Jenner?
Well, at the time he was Bruce.
Yeah, but who cares about the decathlon really?
It's like if you. What's in a decathlon? Is it 10?
It's all the it's all the track events, like track and field events.
Track and field.
Yeah, so like it's got javelin and discus and shot put and stuff, but it's also got running races and I think long jump. It's got basically everything.
Yeah.
I mean, not absolutely everything, but pretty much like.
Well, 10.
So 10 you do have to be like a pretty good general athlete, but you're not competing against the other shot put people. You're just competing against the other decathlon people.
Okay, so if you could have like a really strong like shot put game.
There might be cycling in it as well. I don't know.
Is that track? Yes, that's track. Of course, it's track. What am I saying?
No, velodrome.
Velodrome.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, I know. That's so much cooler than it is.
It sounds like a rocket airport or something.
Oh yeah. No. Well, okay. We had this thing at work, right? So, they changed their name, but they used to be called Iron Mountain, right? Sounds so much cooler than it is. It's just where all of our documents get stored.
Iron Mountain.
Iron Mountain.
Like iron.
IRON. Mountain. Did I spell it? Yeah, Iron Mountain. You can look
like
them up.
What is it, like a digital software thingy or?
No, it's a place. It's hold on.
I'm gonna quickly look up the decathlon because I just talked out of my ass for like 10 minutes about what the decathlon is.
Isn't that this whole podcast? Oh no, Michael, future Michael, redact that, Michael. We don't.
It's a combined event in athletics. Traditionally, the title of world's greatest athlete has been given to the person who wins the Olympic decathlon. So Bruce Jenner was the world's greatest athlete for some time in the 80s. Or was it the 70s?
I have no idea.
Let's keep. What else we got here?
I'm not a slave to the Kardashians.
Okay. So you do 100 meters, then you do the long jump, shot put, high jump at 400 meters. That's the first day. Second day, you do 110 meter hurdle, discus, the pole vault, javelin throw, and then the 1500 at the end.
Yes, that's 10. Sorry, I was counting. So do you do them one after another? So, what was it? 100 meters long jump. You got a rather worried look on your face.
No, I'm just. You said that, and then now I've got a resting worried face.
No, you were literally like, oh, what? No, yeah. Like, do you do it all? Is it like a race? Like, is javelin a race? Like, do you have to throw your thing faster than anyone else? Or?
No, you just have to. No, I think it's like one after separate events, but it's just generalists competing in it rather than specific javelin guys, or like shot put guys. All right, let's have a look. All time top 25 athletes.
Is this just decathletes?
Look, I'm just trying to see if they've listed what they've listed. Oh yeah, number 1 women, Caitlyn Jenner. No, I'm kidding. No, that's not true. How shitty would you be though if you were like a woman's athlete and then it's just like retroactively the world record is given to Caitlyn Jenner?
But that's the thing. It's the record is set. If the record's set, for example, like I'm going to take the super tame. if I set a record as Jared Hunter and then I changed my name to Miguel Marquez,
But you were still like a
but I
man
was
and all
still,
that.
I didn't even change gender or anything, but the record would still be under Jared Hunter, wouldn't it? Like that's at that point in time, I was Jared Hunter.
Yeah, like I feel like the most they do is put like an asterisk and it says now known as
No, Miguel Marquez.
Miguel Marquez. And which is, by the way, that's what they put here in the
Oh, okay, yeah.
for Bruce Jenner. I mean, this is Wikipedia though. Jenner changed her name due to gender transition in 2015. But they
Okay.
still said her name.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
are they talking about the past tense? Whatever. I mean, I don't know. Look, I think it's interesting that they actually wasn't it the AFL had their first, or the WAFL has their first transgender athlete.
Yeah, it's kind of funny on the face of it. Like, I'm not making light of whatever she's going through or anything, but it just looks like when you, in like the rugby league game, when you max out all the stats on your character.
Yeah, I did that for a whole team, and then so I maxed out the stats on. This was on rugby.
Rugby challenge?
Yeah, Jonah Loomis Rugby Challenge.
Yep, I remember that.
God rest his soul. Yeah, and I maxed out the stats on 15 players, and then it was like, you only can afford 6. And I was like, I mean, they're really good, but I can't afford all of you. So I just basically had the 6 vital positions as just max stats guys.
Yeah.
And then I think I had 5 because I needed like the money or whatever. And then I had the rest of them so that the other 10 were just like, where are you from? Namibia? You're in.
Oh.
And so it was like, so I had like,
So,
I just had like the vital positions. So fly half, like 5'8", fullback, number 8, and like hooker and 1 flanker.
yeah, you don't want to like risk imbalancing the props.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Because
funny.
it's just, and I mean, it worked fine until it was like, oh, they've thrown it out to the wing. Well, I guess I'll just give you that one. That actually no, it was funny because like you could see, because it's,
You really just need one max stat person on the wing, and then everyone else is just like moderate stats.
yeah.
And then you just pass it to him, and he just steamrolls everyone.
Oh, not even that. It's,
Which is basically how the All Blacks worked when Jonah Lomu was playing.
yeah. I mean, he was like 120 kilos.
But he
And
was fast.
and he was the fastest one there, yeah.
and pretty good with the ball.
He had a terrible haircut though.
Rest in peace.
Like he had like, it's like he like was trying to like make a moustache and missed. It was on his forehead.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I was like, because I've looked back at videos and I'm like, man. But look,
It's because he's so scary. Nobody in his life wants
Nobody-
to say
nobody-
like, "Oh, hey man, your hair looks a bit."
hey man, just ixnay on the hair, yeah. No,
It's like being friends with Tom Cruise. Like, are you going to tell him?
hey man, you're gonna give up the Scientology?
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of a dick move to like ask that of anyone for their religion.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I feel like if you went up to,
You can just say like a Muslim or a Jew.
well, see, a Jew would be like, that's a really dick move.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it's. But what were you thinking about with Tom Cruise? Are you going to give up the acting? Because he's not a bad actor.
No, he's a good actor, but like,
You're going to give up on being
actually,
a psychopath?
well, here's the thing: so he is actually good looking. So his hair's good. What could
You're
he
going to
give
give
up?
up that being good, Tom?
Yeah, are you going to give up good acting? No, I don't know. Like, what was a bad movie he was in?
I'm not.
All right, let's say Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. I don't know if it was bad, but it didn't look great.
I didn't see it, no.
Didn't look inspiring. Anyway, what if, like, you wouldn't go up to him and, like, say your honest thoughts about Ghost Protocol? You'd be like, oh, yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
Do you know where...
And then he'd be like, pretty good. But actually, I've heard he's a top bloke. Apart from being, like,
jumping
a little
on
bit...
Oprah's couch, yeah. No, see, the thing with that is, right, Ghost Protocol, so they're making a sequel, so obviously it was profitable somewhere. You know where that somewhere was?
China.
Well, Asia, but yes.
It's a big market.
It's one of
the most important markets now in film, apparently.
Yeah, but that's
because there's more people with disposable income there who've like not necessarily seen like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah,
or at least, and not now. They've probably seen a lot of Hollywood movies because they get released over there. But it used to be you couldn't really release them. Now,
you know why?
Western cultural imperialism.
No,
the prevention of.
Oh well, recently, you needed they made it a bit more relaxed, but they need a certain section to either be so what they do is needs to be filmed there, or they need to use a CGI production company. So Chinese CGI production company, probably not. So they just go there and they have to film a portion of the movie. So for example, have you seen the Chinese edit of Iron Man?
No.
I think it's Iron Man.
Does it have to be like just filmed there, or does it have to be set there too?
Filmed.
Okay.
I think.
Because I'd be so annoyed if like every movie, I was like, oh, here's the Chinese scene.
Yeah. No, but they cut it out. They cut it out.
Yeah.
So the Chinese dub of Iron Man has a 30-minute part. I think it's Iron Man.
30 minutes?
30 minutes. Yeah, it's got to be a chunk of the movie. Has a 30-minute bit where it's all just like jokes relevant to, or like things relevant to the Chinese market, right?
Mm.
So it's like, and whichever I think it was Iron Man. I've only heard this like second or third hand, and you can see like for example, if it was Iron Man, it's Robert Downey Jr. like phoning in lines,
right?
And so,
but in the suit. So they don't need Robert Downey Jr. for it.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I assume his face would turn up. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's how I'd do the whole movie. Is I'd just have like he gets into the suit at the start of the movie,
and then he's just walking around. He's like,
that'd be so much cheaper.
He's making like lunch or something, and he's like,
it's just in his suit.
Yeah, just in his suit, and
he's like, how do I eat this?
You gonna come out of the suit? No. Okay. Well, you still need his voice though, unless you can synthesize his voice.
You get someone else to be the voice of Iron Man in the suit, like Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, I watched the thing recently on the sounds of Star Wars.
Mm.
A lot of them are just like, where the hell did you find that? Like they drove all the way out to the desert to find like the blaster noise. It's like the like noise is just
like Han's blaster, or
I know they all have different noises, but one of them was just they went way out into the desert, and hit a hammer on high tensile wire because there was like a radio tower in the desert or something that had a high tensile wire, and they were like, meow, 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 meow. And
it's actually pretty cool how they did all that.
The lightsabers were.
What do you mean? It is cool how they did all that. It actually makes it sound like I'm surprised that it's cool.
Yeah.
Although like I know there's
like I got another one here which is actually pretty cool. The original Godzilla was a rubber glove down a cello. I think it was a cello.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Like in the 50s. Or it was in black and white, right?
I assume so.
That's cool.
Yeah, and apparently they tried to redo it on the most recent one. Did you see that one? Walter White was in it.
No.
Not the character, the...
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
So, you know what else Bryan Cranston was in?
The Olympics.
The Olympics.
Was he?
No, you meant to just like... I'll talk to you about that after. Yeah, no. Did you know rope climbing was in the Olympics? When you texted me today, or when I asked you what the thing was, and you said, "Oh, it's Olympics," I was like, "Weird Olympic sports," and rope climbing.
Is it still in it, or
No, it's
it just
not.
was in it?
It was like I got like a list of things, and it was all like this was in there till 1900, and I was like, oh, cool. So it was in like the first 3.
I guess it was. I remember doing that in gymnastics, or trying to do it in gymnastics. I wasn't very.
Yeah, I wasn't. Either.
I was a little fatty.
Well, climbing a rope is hard in itself.
It's hard even if you've got the knots in it to put your feet on.
Yeah,
because the difficulty I've found is like not having your feet swing out as you try and hold onto it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I have the same problem with rope ladders.
I've never climbed a rope ladder.
I did once. I went canyoning with my brother.
Yeah.
Which
you had to climb a rope ladder and it didn't go too well.
Oh, dude, so I'm fine with abseiling. I am now.
Oh, climbing down a rope ladder.
No, well, this is all the things I did while canyoning. Right?
Oh.
So I used to hate abseiling, but I like it now.
Mm.
But this was abseiling on a wet cliff. Because canyoning is basically, you go into a river that goes through a canyon.
Yeah.
And you just go from one end of it to the other. And it's got...
Like swim down the river. Or...
Yeah, except like you don't swim for all of it. Because like some parts it's just a little creek and then you're walking on rocks. But it's like... it combines a number of like abseiling and climbing and all that sort of thing. And it's fun, except the abseiling terrified me because I was wearing like volleys.
Yeah.
Because my brother told me, look, just wear some old shoes. And then he said volleys are really good. Thing is, I was wearing his old volleys that he'd worn through the soles on, so there wasn't like any grip to them.
Yeah.
What he meant was like not completely worn the hell out. Volleys are good.
Just old ones that you don't mind getting wet. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to, and abseil, like the thing about abseiling is your feet got to be pretty secure.
Yeah.
Otherwise you end up folding back on yourself. I kept folding back on myself because the cliff is wet as you're climbing down it.
Yeah.
And I had slippery shoes on. And either I went too fast or part of me went too fast and then the other part went too slow. So I'd either like fold back and my feet would be above me, which is terrifying. Or I'd like, even though I'm probably not going to die, it's just like kind of scary in like the way a roller coaster is scary.
Yeah.
Or like my feet slip out at the front and I just go like right towards the...
I'll smack your head into the wall.
Very close. And I'd have to go like, because I had a helmet on.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would have straight up died if I didn't have a helmet on.
Oh, yeah, no. You
like 3 times. And then there's other parts where you just dive off into a pool.
Wow.
Because like, basically what happened was Davo, my brother's called Davo. Anyway, he'd climb down, he'd check the depth, and he'd be like, yeah, just jump. And I hate that. Like, I hate falling. Falling is one of my least favorite things.
Yeah, you gotta know how to like jump off stuff. Like, you know how you see kids jumping off rocks and
they're like,
yeah, woo, yeah, legs spread. No, that's gonna hurt. All right.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, you gotta like, rope climbing. Actually, there's another one.
So is it just like, what, do you climb the rope faster than everyone else?
Hold on, do you want to just look up the article again?
Did you just write down the sport's name and then you're like, oh yeah, I can talk about that?
I mean, I could have. But I sort of like read it on my lunch break today and I was like, Olympic events. Come on, I had this. But one of the other one was, that's it. CNN. So
CNN is an Olympic event.
No, it's on CNN.
No, that's fake news.
Fake news. The Olympic Games, the history of sports are featured only briefly in the program. Okay. Oh, no, I'm going to come back to that one.
I remember. Do you remember CNN's Malaysia Airlines coverage. You remember when that plane disappeared?
Well, yeah. Well, there was 2.
No, one got shot down,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
and then the one before that, and it was like 5 months apart. But
Yeah, that's right, it was,
MH370 just disappeared.
And then MH17,
17 got shot down.
that's it.
But MH370, CNN was covering that for like 4 weeks because I had Foxtel back then.
Yeah.
And in the first week, it was like, okay, this is good. They're keeping us up to date. In the second week, they were just saying stuff that happened in the first week,
Yeah.
And then in the third week, they were like, we're now joined by UFO expert Dan O'Herlihy. He's going to explain his theory on what happened. And then they bring in like, what's the
models.
what's that like charming science guy called? Not Bill Nye.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, him.
He is
He was like, they like asked him, now could a black hole have spontaneously formed and sucked in the airliner? And he was like, well, theoretically it's possible, but no.
No, it did not happen.
Or something like that.
Look, sometimes people think the universe not be like it is, but it do. Black science, man.
That was a good meme.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't really a meme because it was just that one picture, basically.
It was just, yeah. Okay. So there's some good ones, like tug of war was in the Olympics.
I love tug of war.
Which, I mean, that would have been cool, I guess.
I would love to see it done at a high level because it's sort of a party game.
So, yeah.
And like Japan, I reckon Japan will dominate it because they just haul one guy out of the sumo.
Will we get sumo wrestling at Japan? They've probably already announced it and probably not because I would have heard about it. It's hilarious.
Well, would anyone else be able to field a sumo wrestler?
Yes.
Any other country in the world?
Yeah. They have other, like, people leave their country and go to Japan to be a sumo wrestler.
They're in the Japanese scene.
Yeah, but then they'd represent their own.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like how...
But, like, America doesn't have, like, the best sumo coach in the business or something. Like they can't...
We bought a sumo coach. Can you imagine, like, say they did have sumo wrestling and Donald Trump was like, we're going to field a sumo wrestling team at this year's Olympics. We've got my very good friend from Japan as the sumo coach. Best sumo coach in the world. Okay? Tremendous guy.
He'd probably end up hiring Steven Seagal or something.
Believe me, folks. I've seen sumo wrestling, and this man is the greatest at it.
I know sumo wrestling.
Nobody knows sumo wrestling better than I do.
Well, actually, yeah. The American team is actually a private company.
Well, a sumo team.
No, the entire American Olympic team.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, like, government owned.
Yeah, of course it would be. It's like...
Ours is.
Yeah, ours is, yeah, but a lot of countries...
Although we have, like, a Department of Sport. I don't think
I should get a job there.
That would be... Imagine, I reckon that's, like, the punishment for, like, the senior, like, liberal guy who pissed off the Prime Minister. It's like, you can be the Minister for Sport now.
That would be cool, though, because you'd meet every sport team, even the ones you didn't like.
That's true.
I mean...
So, like, on the one hand, you get to meet the Australian national curling team, but on the other hand, you have to meet the Bulldogs.
What's wrong with the Bulldogs? They're good, I think. I don't know. They're not good.
Look,
I mean, from what I can tell, it's just their fan base.
I feel...
Mason.
I feel like borderline autistic when I'm around guys who talk about NRL.
Yeah.
Because I just don't understand what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I know how the game works. I watch the game. I enjoy it sometimes. I prefer Union because I'm a snob.
And it's just a better game, but yes.
Yeah, and I'm privately educated. I mean, look, honestly, I like it because it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit more dynamic, even though it's really frustrating to watch right now.
Yeah. And like, there's now, it's gotten to the point
it's supposed to be more dynamic. When it's good, it's really good. When it's moderate, it's bad.
Yeah.
Whereas like NRL, it's about the same quality all the time. And sometimes it's pretty good.
See, but NRL, it gets to the point where, so if we ever get another overseas listener, there's rugby union and rugby league. Rugby league, it's the problem I have with it is it's the same. It's however many are on the team, and they're all the exact same size. They're just playing slightly different positions, and they have no function, no different function other than fullback and wing. Right?
Yeah.
They're all interchangeable.
And they all just sort of, like, there's no, like, fancy formation stuff. Everyone's sort of just in a line.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, what I'm getting at there is, like, compared to, like, Union, where your props are your big, like, workers, and then you've got your hooker, who's, like, a rather smaller gentleman, but he's still strong, and then you've got, like, your second rowers, which just, like... Yeah, no, so, whereas in Union... so your props are your workers, your fullback and your wings are interchangeable, but your fullback's slightly more important. Your inside centre is somewhat, no, outside centre rather. Your outside centre is someone that can still bully like the winger, so they're slightly bigger and slightly faster, and then like your fly half is your sort of show pony flyboy. The
playmaker.
The playmaker, yeah. And then, like, you've got your second rows, which are your big tall guys that like in the scrum, they lock in the props and stuff. Yeah. And you've got your flankers, which are your defensive weapons in the off scrums.
They're, like, really fast forwards.
Yeah, they're just the faster forwards. And then, like you see what I'm getting at. Whereas in all league...
Everything's got a different role.
Yeah, in
and
league...
the scrums are actually contested, even though it's really frustrating to watch them lately.
Yeah, the rules around it is just so... Because they've changed the rules to be more safe, which I get that. You don't want people getting broken necks and stuff. But it also makes it so that there's so much more they've got to concentrate on. And props aren't the smartest people.
No.
They're the ones that really control the scrums.
No. The only reason beer was invented was to stop them taking over the world.
But yeah, like, you see what I'm saying? I mean, I've totally gotten off topic. Rugby's at the Olympics this year.
But yeah, it is. Oh, rugby sevens.
That's it.
Which
is completely different on top of that because there's only 7 of them.
It's a much faster game, though. Also because it's only 7 minutes a half.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, they're really committed to this 7 thing. Tries are worth 7.
Like, oh, okay, well done.
No, they're not. I don't know what they're worth. I think it's 5 and 2. They're like normal. Well, a converted try is worth 7.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's a 7-minute quarters. Yeah, sure.
Well,
but
I'll tell you what, women's sevens is like 10 times more interesting than women's regular rugby.
I guess because it's televised more. Like, I would watch women's rugby if it was on.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. Like,
women's sport really does get a hard knock, and it's
women's tennis is popular.
Women's swimming, tennis, track and field events. We're getting back to the Olympics. It's happening.
Women's beach volleyball for some reason. I don't know what that is.
Except for Iran. You saw that last Olympics. Yeah, they had like one of the women playing beach volleyball in a burkini. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, not a burkini. Well, not really.
It was a modest uniform.
Hijab bikini. Hikini.
Hijab bikini. There we go.
But it wasn't really even a hijab. It was just like a hijab, but it was made of like bikini material.
Yeah, it was But yeah, no. So there are women's sports that do get there, and I understand why some of them just get a really raw end of the stick. I'm going to sound incredibly sexist here, but sports, for example, which require or make for a better show, when you've got, like, for example, rugby league, rugby union, AFL, the men's is a lot more popular.
Yeah,
because you can't, like, just naturally, you can't get the same mass that you can in men, and that's just because women and men are different.
Also, that's why no one cares about women's boxing.
Yeah,
or the women's MMA.
Yeah, women's MMA. But see, that's my next point. The sports that require more agility and, like, speed. For example, tennis
and like technique.
and technique as well. So that's why women's MMA, women's tennis, women's a lot of track stuff as well. It's swimming requires. It's not. Do you see what I'm getting at here?
Yeah.
Except for lingerie football league, that went really well for the year it went.
Yeah, but you can't really not in today's climate.
Oh yeah, no.
But what about
and then there's
women's? What about women's Big Bash, aka women's
cricket,
2020 cricket?
Yeah, that's the thing. I would watch that as well because it's not. There's a lot of technique and a lot of. Cricket is a lot of mind game as well. Like I've never played professional cricket or really cricket in general against another team.
That's what all the sledging's about.
Yeah, it's like, then it's from what I've heard, it's a lot of. It's not how hard you need to hit the ball. It's where you need to land the ball on the bat, and the bat will do the rest.
Yeah,
much like I don't know baseball. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's already got that velocity.
Yeah,
it's got less if you're playing women's cricket because they can't bowl quite as fast.
Again, men and women
but that's
are
just
different.
like power thing.
But also, what's really screws women's sport is just the funding, because I guess it's like a vicious cycle. They're not on TV, they get less money, so that they can't get on TV.
Yeah.
So that they get less. Yeah, it's.
Field hockey. What about field hockey?
Yeah, again, that's a game where it's technique, skill, speed, agility. Like I have a friend that played a lot of hockey, and she was like, yeah, it's like the women's is usually better to watch than the men's in hockey.
Well, field hockey, yeah.
Well, field
ice
hockey,
hockey
yeah. Ice hockey, because you need to be, because you've
got to be like,
you got to be a big dude,
got to go
or
fast,
just bigger. It's, do you see what I'm saying here? Because it's a more physical sport. I don't know.
It's weird.
Look,
like people get really. I know some people feel really weird about watching women's MMA.
Really?
Because they don't like to see women get beaten up.
Oh, but it's other women though.
Yeah, then like it's a sport.
Yeah, it's a sport. We know like it's not just two women in the street pulling their hair and scratching at eyes.
That said, I watch Jerry Springer, and when there's cat fights on that, I'm super into it.
Funny,
but
no, but like
so maybe
like I don't watch MMA, but it's just I don't know. It's just not a sport that. I don't know.
It's a niche sort of thing.
I don't know the finer points of it.
Yeah,
like I know the finer points of rugby union.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I can see what he did there, and like, I just see people punching at each other. You know? Like I know boxing as well because it's like we did a little bit of boxing at school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't.
No, yeah, and then like, there's a certain point where you can't.
You just did the no, yeah thing, by the way.
Yeah, no. There's a certain point where you can like, it's difficult to distinguish when they're actually using techniques and stuff if you don't know them.
Yeah.
So, because eventually it just looks like they're hugging or something.
Yeah, I do like
much like amateur wrestling, it goes into gay porn territory pretty quick.
Yeah, it's just people rubbing on each other. No, man, it's not. Has there been like so MMA, right? Again, I've watched it once.
Yeah.
And that was because it was on at the pub at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and the darts wasn't on. It was absolutely.
Is there Olympic darts? Let's get to that.
All right, well, I'll finish this point. No, but yeah, I watched it once, and I was like, and I was thinking, is there like 2v2 MMA?
Yes. Well, except
or
it's
like
not 2v2.
3v3?
Okay, it's called Team Fighting Championship. It's 5v5. It's in Russia.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like,
okay.
I was about to be like, where?
And I was like, Russia, and like, oh yeah,
because it's like
that's the sort of thing they do.
Or is there like 1v1v1?
Now that would be more interesting, because that's how Hell in a Cell works on WWE.
Yes, it does.
Not Hell in a Cell, Royal Rumble.
We'll
have to consult our WWE expert, Professor Hind.
Yes,
is the professor of
professional wrestling
of Hulkology, Hulkamaniology,
majoring in WrestleMania.
Anyway, What was I saying? Oh yeah, so this Russian team fighting championship, it's nuts. Because
I can imagine it's 10 people.
Okay, so there's like,
Is it like an octagon or a boxing ring? What is it? Is it in just a field?
it's in like about the size of like a basketball half court,
Oh yeah.
and it's got oil drums with ropes tied around them and
of course it
chains and
does.
stuff because that looks hardcore. It's got 5 referees, and it
Yeah.
starts out like each guy pairs off and they fight one guy, and then when one
I
of
thought
the-
it was just like
No,
10
no, no,
dudes
no,
just
no,
trying
no,
to
no.
bash each other.
Because it is.
Oh.
But strategically, you got to go like 1-on-1 to start with. And then once you get like knocked out by one guy,
You just stay there. Or?
you leave the field, the square. And then the other guy can then go after somebody else. So then it becomes 4-on-5. And then but then the next, it just goes, whoever loses a guy first, it's basically over because
Yeah, because it's
then now they've got 4, which means one of their guys is fighting 2 people, which is difficult but possible. Then he goes down. Now
it's
there's one
5
guy
on
fighting
3.
3 people.
yeah.
And then by the end of it, there's just one guy on the ground, and they're just like stomping and kicking at him. It looks like a mugging,
Oh yeah.
and you just.
Because it's like there was.
At first, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool," and then I was just disturbed. I was like, "This is." I mean, they're Russian, so
Oh,
this is like going to this is like being at school again.
Yeah, this is like going down to
Preschool.
the shops. Olympic darts.
Is it a thing?
I mean, I think there's way too much drinking involved too.
Or is
Because
it-
like you've watched darts with me at the pub, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's a very specific build.
No.
You used to have the darts build.
I still have darts. I just got a mad like one, my right bicep and like right forearm, and my right hand is really muscly. But no, like the people that watch it don't go there to watch the darts. If you look at them, they're all on like 10-seater tables.
Darts are coming to the Olympics in 2024.
Where is it? Where is the Olympics?
I think it was one of those messed up countries.
Oh,
I want to say Russia.
well, they're about to have the World Cup, aren't they?
Huh?
They're about to have the
Yeah, they got a bunch of them.
World Cup.
Oh no, it's Paris.
Ah. I mean, sure, if it was like in England or Scotland, I'd be like, hell yeah. No, Olympic darts, I could see that. But like, I don't know, like, because it's the times I've seen it has been more of like a party sort of thing where it's like they're all sitting on like 10-seater tables. And they're all just like, drinking, and then they'll like turn around and look at the darts and be like, 180. It's 180, yeah?
Yeah.
The top score, yeah.
I don't know what the like official like regulation darts game is, but I always played like backwards from 180 or
No,
360.
501.
501.
No, 180 is the three triple 20s.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can play like, I don't know, I played around the world darts.
I don't know. I don't know how they do it because I throw a dart and it goes like it's just lucky dip where it goes.
We played at that one time we played at the pub, and like the massive Fijian 200-kilo bouncer sits down next to us with his food, like watching us play darts, assuming, I don't know, he probably assumed we were going to get like be good, but we're like, dart, and then they was like sitting there watching. I'm like, and he was sitting like not close, but like
It threw me off, dude.
if it went bad, and like we got it like.
It was within the
He would've,
range
like,
of
if-
how far I can miss the target by.
Oh yeah, no, and I was gonna say to him, I'm like, we're not very good, man. Like, maybe don't sit there. No, we didn't hit him. We survived. We both lived through the experience.
Well, that's the thing. If we hit him, we both die.
oh yeah,
Like, he doesn't die. He doesn't even need to go to hospital. He can pull a dart out.
yeah. He'll just be like,
Unless it's in his eye.
no, just,
Like, he just pulled out with the eye still on it. And be like, which one of you did this?
he'll be like, I just got to put that back in there. Hey, oh, there we go. We're good. No, I also, okay. Something I did laugh at before when I just like flicked through the list. So one I won't go into. Swimming obstacle course. In the
Well, they have to go like underneath the thing or something.
1900 games in Paris. Swimmers crawled over boats, swam under them, and climbed a pole, all while swimming 200 meters in the Seine River. Seine.
Wait, they climbed a pole while swimming.
I don't know. But okay, there is one. Here we go. Where is
I
it?
can see why that one didn't catch on.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. They should have one where like you just pour like flaming oil on the top of the pool,
Yeah, you have to
and
swim
they have to swim under it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to say this one, and you've got to tell me which year it made its debut, and how many times after that it was back at the Olympics.
Okay.
Solo synchronized swimming.
I want to say 1980 something.
Do you want to put a number on the end of that?
4?
Whoa! You've looked this up, haven't you?
No.
No, yes, 1984.
It just felt like an 80s thing.
Yeah.
And let's say 2 more times.
Yeah, so 1984, 88, and 92.
Oh, wow.
And similar to the group event, a swimmer performs a kind of water ballet, a lonely water ballet.
Does it say that?
Yeah, that's what it says in the article. But yeah, wouldn't you just call that water rhythmic gymnastics? Isn't that what it is?
Well, there's no ribbon. Don't you need the ribbon for rhythmic gymnastics?
Oh, I thought there was just a dancing section as well.
I don't know.
I don't know. Look, I've never watched gymnastics.
I've watched like the parallel bars and stuff. Like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, what was on recently? Oh, the Commonwealth Games. I was on the Gold Coast. Does that count? Yeah, it counts. I watched the parallel bars for that, and I was like, not the sawhorse?
The pommel horse.
I don't know, but it's the
The
horse
thing where it's like between your
Yeah,
legs
and
and
there's
you
two
gotta like
bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I was watching a dude doing that, and I was like, it's just like fancy breakdancing. But yeah, no, I was like mesmerized by it. I was like, wow.
Did you hear about those Cameroonian athletes that just disappeared
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
in
they
the Gold Coast?
they just disappeared on the Gold Coast, and they turned up in Sydney last night.
Did they find them?
Yeah, their visas expired at midnight last night, on the date of this episode. I know that's going to date the episode. I guess it'll be out like later this week anyway.
I mean, I'm going to try and put this one up tonight.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, 3 Cameroonian athletes disappeared.
Yeah, and they turned up in Sydney and they wanted to get refugee visas.
Is anything going on in Cameroon?
I don't know. Where's Cameroon?
Africa?
Oh, I thought it was West.
I think it's West Africa. Yeah. I'm going to look it up. But like as far as I know, I mean, look, if there was something going on, we wouldn't find out with our media. They'd be like, NRL scandal.
Yeah. Speaking of
Royal wedding.
Speaking of NRL scandal, it's not really a scandal. Sorry, hold on. There's a bug that's been pissing me off this whole podcast.
Yeah, I saw it too.
I can't see.
Sorry, what were we just talking about?
NRL scandal.
No. Before Cameroon.
So
you go on.
what? So Cameron Smith, captain of the Australian rugby league team.
Sorry, it was 19. More than 19 Cameroon athletes.
Oh, okay, so not 3. That would be like their whole team.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot.
Like I don't know how. I'll say this point in a second. But yeah, no, like Cameron Smith just resigned from rugby league. What's happening in politics?
The banking.
Yeah, but like, is there anything bad happening that we don't know about? Because no one's reporting on it. Because NRL royal wedding. Come on, politicians! This is the time to get through your.
This is what. Yeah.
Let's punch baby seals in the face. Policies.
Look, Tony Abbott's policies may be unpopular, but I'm just making a Tony Abbott joke. Tony Abbott jokes are really dated now.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's just like that crazy guy on the backbench.
Yeah, and they go back and talk to him over like random topics. Like when something happens in the news, like with the gay marriage debate or plebiscite, they were like, "Oh yeah, let's go talk to Tony Abbott, see what he says."
I don't like gay marriage. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't put 2 hot dogs in my bun. Only 1 hot dog in my bun.
Or a hot dog and a beef patty.
That's filthy, dude.
Not 2 beef patties. Hot dog and a beef patty. That's the way it was meant to be, Michael.
And
I mean, no, it was really not.
You sound like that guy that was trying to make the hot dog burger thing happen on Shark Tank.
He made that happen. He got millions of dollars for it. You know what happened with that, right?
No, but
there's basically a hot dog bun, a burger bun that has a hot dog bun in the top, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen. No, it doesn't have a hot dog bun in the top. It's like it's got extensions out the side so that it can cover a sausage with bread.
Yeah. And he did the smartest thing I've seen on Shark Tank. It was the American one, and he said, "I want $1 for 20% of my company," and they were like, "Hell yeah!" And all of them put in money for it. And so he had like however many business people working for him. And so so they basically carried it through because they had the contacts, they had the know-how, they had like the.
So he didn't actually ask for $1, did he?
No, he did. He got $1 he got like $6 from all of them for whatever percentage of his company, right?
Right.
And so they had the know-how, they had the resources, they had whatever. And he just basically piggybacked off them, made his thing big, and then he was like, "All right, pay out 20% of my company. I'm paying you out. Goodbye."
Wow.
So, yeah, no. Hot dog bun, stupid. Oh. 1 billionaire later. I know, it's so stupid.
He's smart.
He's smart.
The idea is stupid.
Much like...
So, I don't know. It doesn't seem to have...
many people. Like, is this Cameroon still?
I mean, I always thought it was one of the, like, slightly better... I mean, they're all actually not too bad now.
Yeah,
like
it's a really up-and-comer. West Africa.
China's investing in it.
Yeah. They've been...
not just West Africa, but, like, all of Africa's doing quite a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
Like, people are just like, "Oh, poor Africans." You know, like, you ever get the one where, like, you don't finish your food and, like, starving Africans, blah, blah, blah.
It's like, well, off you go. I'll give you a bag and you can send it to the Africans.
Yeah, right.
That was always my response when it was like, my sister was like, "Oh, starving Africans. Oh, they're not eating your food. Oh." And I'm like, "All right. Well, I'll put it in a bag and you can go send it." Or like when I'd waste water, they'd be like, "Oh, Africans don't even have water."
Well, they can't get ours.
And it's like, well...
Physically, they can't get ours.
Yeah, I'm like, well, look, I'll put a bucket down and you can then send it to them if you want. Speaking of...
We've got to get some more Olympic sports in here.
Yes.
I had a couple more.
I mean, there are like some of them are sort of cool. Some of them are sort of really niche.
I'm going to give you a name. I want you to try and guess what sport.
Yep.
He's the LeBron of this sport.
Yeah.
As I said before. Maybe the Michael Jordan of this sport.
Michael Jordan.
Because he's like the all-time GOAT.
Of basketball.
Not like, but like greatest of all time.
Baseball. And now golf.
Of his respective sport. Does he play golf?
He's a golfer now.
Huh. Anyway. So the guy's name is Ian Shuey Schubach. Or it might be Schubach. What sport do you reckon he's like the greatest of all time of this sport?
What was his name again?
Ian Shuey Schubach. Shuey is like his nickname.
I don't know, lawn bowls?
Yes!
See, I know my lawn bowls. No. I don't know. Lawn bowls just really spoke to me. I was like, nah, he's not something stupid.
It's the kind of name that you sort of expect
How old is he? Because if you say anything lower than like 70, I'm not gonna believe you.
65.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
He won 4 golds at the World Indoor Lawn Bowls Championships. I don't know if it's actually an Olympic game. I know it's a Commonwealth game.
It is. But like at the Commonwealth Games, each country gets to bring their own sport.
He also used to be a tennis coach. A professional tennis coach.
Wow, okay. I mean, tennis and lawn bowls, very similar sports. Both played with balls and on grass sometimes.
Or synthetic grass, often. Well, actually, that's a matter of contention in the lawn bowls community.
Is it?
Yeah, like synthetic grass, it just doesn't have the same
doesn't have the
spin
same like
or whatever.
Sorry, ooh, that snuck out.
Like they just like that analog grass feel. They don't like digital grass.
Yeah, you gotta. But like, actually, no, analog the AstroTurf wears out just as quickly as grass does.
Yeah. But it's just more expensive to maintain grass than AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Because you have to water it and you have to...
Ooh, have you seen those new AstroTurfs? They're treating like carpet now, where they have squares of AstroTurf. So if they're like one square, like however many,
that's way better.
So however many squares gets destroyed, they just pick it up and replace it.
No, because you can tell when they've done like a patch job.
Yeah.
Because like just a patch of it is going to be like greener than the rest.
Yeah. Yeah, other sports.
Do you have any other ones?
I don't know. I did javelin at school. That was pretty cool.
Did you ever get to do like actual javelin, or was it just the
actual javelin? Yeah, it wasn't turbo.
The Nerf javelin.
Yeah, it wasn't turbo. It was actual javelin. Like we were actually throwing spears.
That's cool.
Well, it wasn't spears. It was just a stick, really, that was pointy at one end.
Well, that's a spear, pretty much by definition.
It was actually a javelin, because a spear you don't throw.
Yeah, that's true.
You throw a javelin.
A spear's longer.
And then pikes are even longer. But, you know, I don't know. I thought it was cool. It's the Olympics for me is like, I don't watch it. I mean, Brazil I watched a bit of because it was on when I was at work when I was in the break room. And I was like, oh, look, that's diving.
Because it wasn't on at a crazy time.
Yeah, it was just on during the day. Because it was like and their prime time events were on during the day as well. So like the 6, 7, 8 p.m. time slots was during the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, look, that's swimming, yawn.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, that's what's the spinning one? Where you throw the Scottish, I think it is. Hammer throw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's like the sort of thing like Lord of the Rings dwarves would play.
Yeah. It's not even a hammer.
No, isn't it just like a big thing on the end?
It's just a
chain or something?
Yeah, that's on the end of like a high tensile wire or something. No, I thought that was cool. Javelin's cool. I don't know, triple jump. What the hell is triple jump?
What is it?
You know, you've got to it's like long jump, but you have so there's the long jump track, and then like in the middle you've got to start. No, not in the middle. Like near the end, you've got to like leap, then hop, and then plant your feet and then jump. So you don't get quite as far. And I guess there's just
it's not as interesting to watch, basically.
No, it's not about like jumping length. It's about jumping 3 times, then jumping length.
Why not just do the long jump?
Yeah, that's what I said. Actually, no, pole vault's cool. I wish we could have done
pole vault's cool because it's one of those ones that you see it and you're like, oh yeah, I could do that. And then you actually try it and you're like, oh, I couldn't do that. Because like you see them like they slide up the pole. Like as they do it.
They don't slide up the pole.
No, they don't. What am I thinking of?
They
stand at the end of the pole.
Yeah, they stand at the end of the pole and it's just like a bend and it's like...
Yeah.
Like that's the noise that I feel it makes that they just emit from a...
Honestly, they should put that in... They should add that in post. I know it's live.
And then when they fall,
They should just have a guy who presses the
like the Hanna-Barbera,
yeah.
and then like have at the end a dong. And like if they hit the bar, it's the wah, wah, wah. You know what I thought was bull in that? Like I would be mad if it happened. Like if your pole hits the bar, it counts as knocking off the bar.
No, that makes sense.
I would be so mad. I'd be like, well, I got over it. Isn't that what we're here for?
No, because you got to like, part of the technique is you got to throw it back as well.
No, it's stupid. I'm meant to get over the pole. Bar. The pole is the thing you run with.
Yeah. Well, so no one can follow you by climbing up the... No, never mind. That doesn't make any sense.
You know what does make sense, though? In business yourself. Most of the time, I guess.
Yeah, but that was a good segue.
Business. You're up. Finance. Marketing. And big on your portfolio.
Beautiful. Good sesh. You messed around a bit with the high thing. I like that. It was a good one from last time.
What are we talking about?
In business yourself?
Oh, yeah. In business yourself. What's your business idea?
My business idea. So, I mean, sort of phoning it in, sort of not. Very similar to last week, right?
The Colosseum.
No. Okay. It's still in international waters,
Yeah.
and it's on a cruise ship,
Yeah.
right? But, so we just basically have our own Olympics, but you're allowed to roid up hard.
Oh, yeah, I like this.
So you
I
get
like where you're going.
So you get like, I mean, maybe not if it's on a ship. So you get like a dude doing javelin that's like throws the javelin like out of a stadium because he's just roided up so hard.
Nice. Yeah, okay. But like steroids aren't illegal.
Well,
Like it's not illegal to stick them in you.
yeah, but to then compete in the Olympics, it is.
Yeah, but you can just make a non-sanctioned.
Oh no, some steroids are illegal.
Are they?
Yeah, they're pretty heavily dealt in gyms.
Well, they have. I'm just thinking that there's a MMA promotion called Ryzen, which is Japanese, and they the contract they sign, it says steroids will not be screened for in your drugs test.
Please don't use them. Or
I don't even know if it says that, but it's like basically none of the performance enhancing drugs are screened for.
Isn't Ryzen isn't that a brand of like graphics card or something?
Different spelling, but yeah.
Oh. It's a spelling.
AMD Ryzen, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a processor or something, I think.
Yeah.
But no, the so Ryzen, like it shows because it's terrifying.
Oh yeah.
And they also put on like freak show fights. So like they had like this 500 kilogram guy, no 500 pounds, so that's like what, 270,
Yeah.
roughly kilograms, fighting like a 60 kilogram guy. But the 60 kilogram guy knew Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so he won. And then there was also like a 110 kilo lady who's 6'5", fighting a 50-year-old lady who was like
They've
5'4".
When did this come out? Did they take an
This is like
idea
last
from
year.
Last week? Oh. I thought that was like this week, and I was like, they took our idea. Except ours went a bit further with.
No,
girls.
yeah, and like she didn't even. One of them was roided up and the other wasn't, and it was just. It was uncomfortable for me to watch because I was just like, no, this just looks like somebody getting beaten.
Yeah, but yeah, like think about it. If you could have like just the Olympics, and I said it like well, it probably won't be on a cruise ship, but it's basically so I can make the joke of the world champions ship.
I like it.
But yeah, no, I don't know.
Maybe on an oil rig.
Oil
or like
rig.
several oil. Oh no, aircraft carrier.
Yeah, that's good. So you can like,
Just like you go to Donald Trump and you say like, "Hey man,
hey, chuck us an aircraft carrier
love
for the
you,
weekend.
love your show. I watch it all the time. Look, I know you're getting rid of one of your aircraft carriers soon. Look, take all the classified stuff out of it.
Chuck us a.
Just like take
We just need
everything
it for
off
a
it.
weekend.
We just need the top.
We just need it for a weekend. All right. You could have swimming races out the back.
Oh, you just say like, oh, we only need it every 4 years.
Yeah.
Except we'll do it every 3 years.
Yeah, we want to. And so yeah, you just get like think about it. Like Usain Bolt, super fast. I don't know, 6 seconds, 7 seconds or something.
He's like 9 seconds, 100 meters.
I was way off. Imagine a guy doing it in 6 seconds though.
That'd be mental.
That's like more than 10 meters a second. I mean, Usain Bolt's already 10
Well,
meters
imagine
a second.
Usain Bolt if he took steroids.
Does it work for that? I thought steroids only worked for muscle mass, which wouldn't that just tone it down?
Well, it doesn't build your muscles. It increases your performance, and the reason people on steroids are super jacked is because they can perform better when they're weightlifting, when they're like doing weights in the gym.
Yeah.
And then that makes because they can perform better, they can damage their muscles more, which makes them rebuild more.
Oh, I thought it was just...
So like you don't just inject it and then you grow muscles.
Isn't that creatine?
No, like even with the performance enhancing drugs, you actually have to work at developing your athletic
So
ability.
it's sort of cheating. You're still working hard.
You're still working hard, but you're working harder than someone who didn't take it would be physically capable of. Maybe
But see, okay, so...
but yeah, it just generally improves like your strength and performance and your basically everything. It's magic.
See...
And testosterone is a steroid.
Yes, it is.
That's why men are generally better at a lot of athletic stuff than women.
Strength-based, yeah.
Well, yeah, most like stuff that's strength and power based.
Yeah. So with that
And
as well...
speed
so
as well, because speed is power.
how we launch this, right? What we do is we just get in contact with all the athletes that have been done for steroid use. And they're like, hey, y'all want to get back into sport? You can dope up as much as you want.
Yeah, and it would be like it'd be like Formula One racing, where like you now got like a whole team of like scientists and stuff behind every athlete.
Yeah.
And then you have like the
changing
Mercedes
shoes,
team.
Like, and then, sorry, I had to make that joke. Yeah, you get like, and then, I mean...
It'll be like Rocky 4.
So it occurred to me just then something else occurred to me. I was like, okay, well then just the rich countries will win. But then, oh wait, the rich countries generally just win now.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that much different. And like
we could get
Russia's not that rich.
We could get Lance Armstrong. He could go do cycling.
Oh, dude, he's got some serious ball.
I was waiting for that to come in. I don't know. We could. I don't know who else was done for drugs. It's not really Russia. The Russian team can compete.
Yeah, Russia can play now.
Yeah.
That's how we get it off the ground.
Hey,
We just get Russia, and then like when Russia does it, China's going to be like, oh yeah, no, China's still cool.
China, we're diet communism. Come on.
Oh, and China's also like, I reckon a lot of them are on the gear, or on like the Chinese version of gear that's like advanced gear that people doesn't show up in tests or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. They keep their P for like 20 years or something, so that they can retest it when they have new technology.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't you
I don't know how I
that?
feel about like someone keeping a jar of my pee
Hey
for
man,
20
where are you
years.
keeping my pee, man? Nah, that's why. And then you'd have like, so also a thing with like regulation, like people in swimming, for example, were wearing 2 swimming suits. Mm-hmm. So because it made you more buoyant, you sat higher in the water, making you faster. You can wear as many suits as you want, man. Like you can, no uniform, you can have floaties on.
Yeah, okay.
You can use surfboard.
Well, okay, I know, I'm just thinking about this hurdle about the rich countries. Maybe you could do like Formula One, where like there's a max budget.
Yeah. You can only pump so much steroids into you. Yeah.
Because like I feel like there'd be a point where more steroids wouldn't actually improve the performance. Like there's got to be a point where there's no more diminishing returns.
I mean, yeah.
No, this has got legs.
No, this does. I would watch that, especially like contact sports. If you could just, I mean, it would be just don't do steroids. It's terrible for your body. It damages it so badly. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Look at men that naturally have
A lot of
testosterone going through their body.
Yeah.
Like we're pretty messed up.
Oh yeah. What was I saying with that? Yeah. No. So if you could get like 6'6", just massive dudes, just playing, I don't know, NFL, rugby, AFL, anything like that, and just getting just massive, just like massive hits, just going at them. I mean, obviously, you've got to be good at the sport first, and then you've got to be willing to take roids. Let's just stop
That's
poking
the
holes
thing.
in this plan.
It would ruin. That's the thing. It'd be a big. You'd have to pay them a lot of money because it would ruin their career in regular sports.
Oh, and then
Because everyone would know. Like, everyone would suspect.
yeah, and then like they wouldn't get sponsors because they're like, oh, he didn't do it for real. Unless they're really
They
good.
could get sponsored by the steroid companies.
I think a lot of steroids are actually illegal. Like a lot of them are peddled through gyms.
But they get them through like medicine because you administer steroids for like.
Yeah, but like
Well, the transgendered people, you also administer them as like a reducing swelling kind of thing.
yeah.
Like it's the hardcore version of Nurofen if you go to hospital.
Ah.
So
So
like
if you go to hospital and just be
yeah,
like, oh,
so yeah, it'll be like Caitlyn Jenner makes her comeback to the Olympics,
and she would get
sponsored by Pfizer.
she got done by steroids. Yeah.
Like she does ads where it's like, ask your doctor about Zebutamol today.
All right. Time to stop poking holes in the argument. But see,
This isn't a hole. This is
there's the poking holes in
the
the idea.
biggest industry in the world can sponsor our Olympics.
Yeah.
One of them.
I mean,
And like McDonald's, they'll put their name on anything. So
yeah, I mean, I thought it was funny that they sponsored things like Iron Chef and stuff like that in cooking competitions. It's like,
in the Olympics,
yeah.
they're the official restaurant of the Olympics, which that's just depressing.
Well, they're healthy now because someone got fat and sued them because no one told them to stop eating burgers.
And they should have just put a sign up.
This will
Like,
make you fat. This is
Try
delicious.
to eat less than 2 burgers a day.
Wish I could eat 2 burgers a day.
Well, I used to.
Really? Like
McDonald's burgers
at a meal or...
in one meal.
Oh. Whoa.
Sometimes I was hungry enough. And the reason I was hungry is because I ate so much.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because like the more you eat, the more hungry you feel
It was
when
like,
you don't.
like about a year ago, I got hooked on snack packs, so I had like...
Oh, dude, I got hooked on codeine once. I know how it feels.
No, like it's called a halal snack pack. I think it's an Australian thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much Australian. I don't think it.
Basically, it's just like kebab meat or shawarma meat. I don't know what you call it over wherever the hell you are. It's just chips, cheese, kebab, shawarma, doner meat, and then just sauce, and it's in a box.
And cheese.
Cheese was in the middle. I think I said that.
Oh, I thought cheese was on top.
I mean, you can, but that's like sacrilege.
Okay.
But yeah,
It's haram.
absolutely haram. But yeah, and it's like, it's great, and they put it in a box, and it's sort of like poutine, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, it's a lot like poutine.
Yeah,
now that I
poutine was
think about it.
described to me. Yeah, but I think poutine's different.
No, poutine's
got a
got like
different meat.
gravy and like
Oh,
white meat. And I don't mean like chicken, I mean like white people meat.
or like turkey.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be delicious. I wonder if I can get a turkey
Or like
snack
ham,
pack. Are they
bacon.
halal? The turkey's halal, or is it just
Yeah,
pigs that go in?
it's pigs. Pigs. It's. I think it's pretty much the same as like the stuff Jews can't eat. Like it's the cloven hoof kind of deal,
Pigs and
or that doesn't
shellfish.
chew. Yeah, that doesn't chew its own cud.
Yeah.
So cows are okay because even though they've got a cloven hoof, they chew their cud.
The hell's a cud?
I'm not really sure. I think it's like they.
We
No, actually, I think it's like they chew on their grass and then they swallow it and they regurgitate it again and chew it some more.
Yeah.
I'm going to look this up.
Okay, actually, there's a story here. So we went to Japanese with one of Katie's friends from uni, and she was South African, right? And she lived in the eastern suburbs, which is a stereotypically more Jewish area. And it never clicked to me that they were Jewish, which they were.
Yeah.
And halfway through the thing, I was like, oh, crap. Because, like, you order on, like, a TV screen. You've been there, yeah. We went there for my birthday.
Yep.
And you order, like, on a TV screen. And I was like, crap, did I order something with pork in it? We didn't. I checked it. And they were like... And, like, the fried rice came, which had bacon in there. Like, oh, fried rice that's got bacon in it. And, like, they weren't super orthodox, so they didn't need the 2 kitchens or whatever and whatever. But, yeah, I was like... Katie was like, I don't think they can eat shellfish. We had, like, prawns and like we had like octopus and stuff, and I was like,
I'm sure they can watch you eat shellfish.
No, but they did as well.
Oh,
and so I was like, and then I looked it up, and yeah, they can't eat fish sea creatures that don't have scales. So fish they're allowed, shellfish, octopus, whale. I'm pretty sure there wasn't whale at the restaurant. It was Japanese, but
yeah. So I'm just looking at.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Partly digested food returned from the first stomach of ruminants, cows, to the mouth for further chewing. So, yeah, so that's how cows are not... Because since cows do that, that makes them kosher or halal.
Huh. Have you ever had bacon?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like it.
Oh.
Is it like turkey bacon?
Isn't it like seaweed?
Oh, I haven't had that one. I've had turkey
I thought
bacon.
that was bacon. Oh, turkey bacon. Yeah, I've had turkey bacon. Whatever.
That's weird.
It's not the greatest.
For perverts, man.
Yeah, all you Jews that eat, Muslims that eat turkey bacon, absolute perverts.
I don't think they really do anyway.
Yeah, I doubt they would.
Like, I think turkey bacon, like if you're over in Dubai or something, that's just so that Westerners can have bacon. Because you're not, like, you can't sell it in Dubai.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. What was your business idea?
All right. You know those protein shops?
Yes.
You make protein shops, right?
Yep.
But you put cocaine in some of them, right? And then someone comes up and they're like, "Oh, hey, can I have Ice Rush flavor?" And maybe pre-workout, because pre-workout is sort of like cocaine anyway. But yeah. And then you say, "Oh yeah, sure." And then you just give them like a jar that big of cocaine. Now this isn't legal,
but it is still a business idea, of which gives it means to be on in business yourself.
Yeah.
But so I remember when you did have you in a protein shop, but you have like you sell like Adidas shorts and Nike TNs and dry fits and stuff, so they can go to stereo and
because those 4 things are drug paraphernalia for MDMA. Like, you know how like you can go to those tobacconists in King's Cross and they've got like they sell mirrors and razor blades together
and aluminium tubes,
and aluminium tubes and scales. So that stuff is the equivalent of Adidas shorts and
and
all that
you could totally set up like
Molly.
we have a Stereosonic aisle. Like someone comes in and is like, I need some protein powder and a muscle singlet. Oh, that's in the stereo aisle. Whereas like, oh, I need suspender pants and some glow sticks. Oh, that's in the Utopia aisle.
Oh, okay, that's
good. So you could like make different aisles depending.
Yeah, it's
on
like your one-stop EDM shop.
Yeah, or like, I just need a massive bag of weed, and you're like, oh, that's your grooving in the moo first. That's your grooving in the moo. Yep. That's in the grooving in the moo aisle. There you can also get just ridiculous clothing and glitter for some reason.
Yeah, and like there's got to be like some Native American headdresses in the shop.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I know it's racially insensitive, but I'm doing the dollar thing with my
like
the money
sign.
thing, the money sign. Apparently, I don't know if this is true, but apparently that's the American Sign Language for Jew.
Wow, really?
I might be wrong about that.
Do you want to know a racial
Someone
slur
told me that, and I don't know.
Do you want to know a racial slur that I heard this week, which I thought was hilarious? It's not really that bad. It's someone that's half Jewish and half Italian is a pizza bagel.
That's terrible.
I was like, one of the guys at work told me that, and I was like, a pizza bagel? And he's like, yeah, because the Italians. And I'm like, I understand where it comes from, yes, but I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, that is. I thought you were going to combine something with like WAP, and I was like, oh, is he going to
drop a hard bleep here?
Yeah,
something that you have to come back to and see, future Michael. I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, WAP is one of those ones where it's still definitely offensive to call an Italian American a WAP, but at the same time they'll be like, "What is this, 1940?
Yeah, it's
come on, step up your game." I don't even know what you call them now. Oh, Guidos. That's the new one.
Yeah.
Guidos.
I mean, it's like.
Although I think Guidos is like the Jersey Shore type.
Yeah, it's
Italian American rather than like it's a specific subculture of Italian Americans.
Yeah, it's like there's this old timey racial slurs which are no longer used. Which I'm not going to say any because we'll need to bleep that. Probably, I don't know. Look, just Google old timey racial slurs. Some of them are pretty funny.
Well, some of them don't make sense.
Oh yeah, a lot of them don't. It's like there was that guy in one of the NBA commentators.
We've talked about this several times.
They called Russell Westbrook a cotton picker.
Oh, he said he's out of his cotton picking mind.
He's out of his cotton picking mind. Yeah, that was so funny, and that was live as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was live on the internet, so they couldn't get it at all because they put it straight up.
I want to listen to it again. Well, no, I don't think I actually listened to it in the first place, but I want to pay attention to what his voice does when he says mind, because that's like the split second where he's just realised what he said.
No,
maybe.
it's just straight
through.
Mind. It's just straight through his. Russell Westbrook is out of his cotton picking mind, and he just says it like that.
It depends because if he's from the South, that's just a generic that's the
generic thing you call African Americans. Yeah.
No, like you're just like, oh, just wait a cotton picking minute.
Yeah,
but of course,
I get that.
You
just don't combine.
It was careless.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, it was careless.
Like, if you said about anyone else, it'd be fine.
Yeah, if it was a white guy, but okay.
Okay, sure, he's out of his cotton picking mind. Yeah.
Although I don't like. It was careless. It wasn't like, oh, what a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like I can see the hate in this commentator's heart.
So funny.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, on that note, do you want to wrap that up?
Yeah.
What time is it?
We've been at it for an hour and 20 cotton picking minutes.
Oh wow, an hour and 20.
Oh no.
No, that's 100.
2 hours and 4 cotton picking minutes.
All right, cool. That's the 2 hour mark. Look.
I shouldn't say that.
Should we really? Can you change that so it says an hour rather than 120 minutes? So it rounds it up to an hour.
Oh, probably.
Okay. Put that on.
I don't know
list.
why I don't know why I
leave it at 100.
Yeah, like
it's like the microwave. When you put your microwave, set it to 100, it goes from 100 to then 59. Like, what is with that?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I
just got it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, that was actually really good. I didn't get.
What are you talking about? Your microwave broken or something? Okay, we'll go back onto another topic. Look, we have social media.
We're going to start putting content on it soon.
I mean, I already put up a video from last weekend, which was Gemma and Tom. We opened a coconut. It was good. If you didn't see it, go and retweet. I don't know.
Well, I've got some ideas for content, but they don't get to hear it.
You know, bloody damn. And we're back. So look, follow us. We're on YouTube. Go watch us on YouTube. I like it when you watch me on YouTube because I can see you watching me. Well, it tells us how long they've listened for, like all the other analytic stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have an average of 6 minutes, 20 seconds listens on YouTube, which is not good for a 1 to 2 hour podcast.
Jeez.
But yeah, look, we have a Gmail. If you want to send us something, look, I think we've been going the wrong way about asking for like people to email us. Please send us hate mail. You're probably not going to send us hate mail if you're this far. And Ronald, not you. All right, it wasn't funny the first time. Okay, it's pretty funny, but yeah, we have there's Twitter, there's Instagram. Should probably take some photos. Okay. Yeah, we have Instagram and Facebook. Actually, it's a funny story. We boosted a post right on Facebook because Facebook gave us a free $10, right? And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's got something like 200 likes, right? But so and it kept popping up and I was like, these people can't be liking our stuff just out of the blue. And because it also tells you how many people followed the link. And we put a link in there to the podcast, right? And no one listened to the podcast and like 200 people liked it. And I was like, what the hell? So I was just looking at the people liking it because you can look at their pages, obviously. All bots. They all had between 20 and 60 friends. They all were from a small town in the States. They had 2 posts, updated their cover picture, updated their profile picture. That's it. And the genders were all wrong, right? So, yeah. I mean...
Oh, don't forget the bloody...
the super racist guy that...
the racist dude with the chimp. There was no way that guy was a bot.
No, that was no way.
That was just like a regular guy from
that was just a regular guy that just must have just liked it or whatever. But yeah, no, all bots, and they messed up the genders, so it'd be like Joanne Smith. Joanne being a female name would be like Joanne Smith updated his profile picture, and I'm like, that's wrong.
Well, it's 2018, Jared.
Yes, I know, but bots are genderless.
Well,
it's not a real person.
Yeah. Well, for now they are.
For now, yeah.
Obviously in the.
But yeah, look.
We're going.
No.
We're listing.
I'm on topic, mostly, vaguely. Go and like us on Facebook if you've listened this far into it. It's obvious. Look, it's down below, or in the description. I don't know what you're listening on. But yeah, look, that's us. Michael, sign it off. Good enough. Let's go.